Greetings and salutations. I'm Dr. J.P. Pizzino. Today we are talking about a radical new concept in achieving well-being. That is the body tuning mentorship. I say that because this out-of-the-box idea is not a new form of healthcare or anything like the sick care system that says that you see a doctor because something is wrong or broken or needs to be fixed. Rather, it's a true partnership with an expert in getting and achieving whole person wellness. In a moment, I'll discuss more about my background and why you may want to mentor with me. But first, I want you to consider what it might be like to partner with a good friend, a good buddy who also happens to be a health expert. Not a doctor patient relationship, not even a healer healy relationship, but someone with whom you have a relaxed, trusting interaction, whose main interest is getting you to an ongoing state of mind, body, emotions, and spirit at 10 out of 10. So, why pick me, JP Pizzino, to be your mentor? I have been involved in the healthcare field for over 50 years. Yes, I started working at age 14 in a hospital because I always knew that health, and particularly preventive health, are my passions. And so, just so you know, I personally practice nearly everything we cover, so I know firsthand how this can be implemented into a busy lifestyle, as well as the minute practical details to make it happen. If you're wondering, I am almost 69 years old and by most measures, most healthier than most of my peers. I go to the gym twice a week, bike, hike, kayak. I've been plant based for many years and tried nearly every conceivable diet out there, so I know which ones work with which conditions. And no, you don't have to be plant based to be healthy. If you are interested in my qualifications to be your mentor, visit the About page on my website, drjp.com. That's doctorjp.com. There you will find that I have been board certified in 4 different specialties, including preventive medicine, family medicine, integrative medicine, and being an independent medical examiner. I have ceaselessly studied quality of life issues, especially lifestyle and environmental impacts on health. I have delved deeply into aspects of nutrition, naturopathy, Chinese medicine, acupuncture, Ayurvedic medicine. I have an extensive knowledge of the electromagnetic aspects of the body, mind body techniques, and many energy therapies such as Reiki and Lao Chi. In my passion to pursue compassion for my patients, my motto has been whatever it takes. That's what you get in the mentorship. I realized many people need much more than what you can get from a doctor's visit. You need not only complementary and alternative options for healthcare, but also an intimate understanding of who you are and how you live your life, as well as support and guidance to implement everyday practices that will maintain health for a lifetime. I created this mentorship because I've noticed that my patients who actually follow through on lifestyle and mind body recommendations usually get better much quicker and with fewer side effects than those who struggle with these processes. There seems to be 4 categories of what amounts to hidden resistance or self sabotage that keep people from establishing ongoing well being in their lives. It could be lack of knowledge or paradoxically information overload because the details of creating a sustainable wellness routine are a lot of information. There may be lack of valuing yourself and your health, which shows up as procrastination or delays and distractions because the truth is you don't actually believe your own well being is worth the effort. Or maybe you have a trauma patterned worldview which throws boulders in the way of your best intentions. So you're getting repetitive infections or injuries or living from one crisis to another with work or family stressors. Or maybe you have a worldview that projects fear of change onto anything, whether that's taking a medication, a supplement, a lifestyle change. As your mentor, we have an upfront relationship of complete honesty. Anything and everything that stands in the way of your well being is fair game to be addressed, processed, and turned from a stumbling block into a springboard. What are we going to cover in this video? We will talk about basic concepts and what's included in the Body Tuning Mentorship, sort of what's in the box, how you can access this expertise, and what are the next steps. If you're interested, it pairs with a separate free introductory video, which will go much more into detail about the science and how we approach building your unique mentorship around the 7 essential functions of well-being. We will talk about where does health come from as opposed to what causes illness. And the mentorship will take you through these 7 essential functions because understanding these is all you need to know to tune your body expertly. I explain them in the introductory video, and then the next 7 videos of the mentorship go into each one in detail. What it is, how do you optimize it for whole person well-being? We also cover how to tune in to your unique health signals. What are your body's messages? Ways you can interpret these messages, and resources to shift the signal back into balance. I want to pause here because the most important focus is to uncover your why. Why do you want to be healthy? What do you want to do with your one precious life that you need a strong, resilient vehicle to take you there? Is it your kids or grandkids, travel, climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, building a better mousetrap? Mentorship focuses on you, not some pie in the sky ideal. What do you want to be able to rely on your body to do for you? Our first 90-minute mentorship session in tiers 2 and 3 will go into detail to identify this, as this is your kedge, the thing that will pull you through whatever it takes to realize your passion. It can be grand, such as riding your bike in the Swiss Alps, or simply practical. Let me share with you here the story of my most inspiring patient. He was only 38 years old, but he had been in and out of hospitals multiple times with Lyme disease and bipolar disorder. He was on disability because he couldn't work. He came in and told me I was his last resort, that if he didn't get well, he was going to kill himself. So no pressure there, huh? He was on 2 handwritten pages of supplements and medications, having tried everything he could find on the internet. I immediately took him off of almost all these things, except for a few of his prescriptions, and got him into a detoxification regimen, the essential function called biotransformation and elimination. He followed all my recommendations to a T. In only 3 months, lab testing showed that his immune system had fought back against the Lyme disease. He walked into my office for a routine visit and said, "Doc, I feel great. I got an offer for the job opportunity of my dreams in California, and I want to know if I'm healthy enough to go there." We reviewed his labs and symptoms, and I assured him with proper follow-up and consistency, an important point we cover in the mentorship, he would be fine. I encouraged him to go, helping him identify the right people to help him there. I watched him through the window of my office as he walked to his car, and I saw him make a big pump sign and say, "Yes." This is why I offer the mentorship. Next, let's discuss tools and ideas we use to fine-tune this process to you. We use the wheel of life to help find where things may be out of balance right now. You'll pick 8 areas of your life, and there are many different options. You can add or put in anything that you want, and we'll notice what areas are 10 out of 10 and which are less than that, creating sort of flat tire spots that we want to pump up so that you can roll smoothly to your dreams. You may be wondering, how is mentorship different than a doctor visit? Committing to a body tuner mentorship is not like a doctor's visit nor a series of treatments. It's a full encounter, no holds barred engagement with your own personalized version of what it means to be fully alive. Instead of parts of your energy being drained off to deal with struggles for survival, productivity, approval, belonging, you're able to focus your vitality on creating your best life. Your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health are not separate from the rest of your life. They are intertwined in a grand blossoming of the authentic you. We focus on guiding you to create a lifestyle of wellness and sustainability rather than fixing a symptom or a medical problem. We focus on creating a personal environment and mind, body, spirit well being to support your journey through conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, cancer, or autoimmune disorders. And we can also support getting back on track if you feel off. Or perhaps you are otherwise well and want to optimize. Unlike a doctor's visit, we focus on what is going right and how can we draw upon our resources to support your body to be in homeostasis, that word that means the natural balance built into your body that keeps you healthy. This is why it is body tuning, learning to listen or attune to what your body is telling you about how it is processing what is going on in your whole life. Do you have a lifestyle condition such as diabetes or weight issues? Are you more focused on staying healthy for a long, productive life? Do you need to get back on track? Additional reasons on why a mentorship is different than a treatment plan. Today, there's so much information out there about health. How do you sort through it all? How do you determine what is valid? What actually applies to your unique circumstances? This is the real value of a mentor, not only sifting and sorting through information, but applying it to your life in a sustainable way. Are you interested in how to read and manage the signals your body gives you for optimum vitality and prevention? How can you be more comfortable in your body and with all aspects of your health? Are you feeling overwhelmed and helpless in a world that seems out of control? Work with a mentor to learn what you can do to protect yourself and your family. In an era of information overload, how do you determine what recommendations have adequate research backing? What supplements are worth taking? Which biomarkers actually guide your overall health? How do you interpret laboratory tests in the context of fitness rather than lack of disease? The Body Tuning Mentorship provides comprehensive expert guidance of the big picture of your life. Would you like to know the deeper meanings and connections between what happens with your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health? Do you aspire to tune your whole person self as you would a fine instrument, allowing you to play the most beautiful music for which you have been incarnated? Or maybe my special interest, which is healing the healers. You have important work to do here as our planet shifts into new ways of being. You need to be your top self to make your unique contribution. Mentor with a wisdom keeper to fulfill your special role. We will focus especially on consistency. The number one most important health behavior for lasting well-being is consistency. It is often insufficient to be a weekend warrior on exercise. You can be a saint in your eating habits 6 days a week and party too much on Saturday, therefore never getting to your goals about weight loss, etc. Remember, shampoo, rinse, repeat. This is the value of mentorship, helping you find habits you can stick with and then apply them in a consistent way in your life. Another important idea about the mentorship is simplicity. Learn to feel satisfied, content, love the simple, be at peace with your lifestyle, at peace with your life. This is not about complex medical routines or even understanding the science. This is not about me telling you how to live your life or judging you if you did or did not follow through with your plan. Anything that forms a barrier for you being at peace with your life, of not judging or criticizing yourself, anything that makes you feel less than or not enough becomes a place for compassion, understanding, and support. If something doesn't work for you, we respect that. If it's not the right time for you, we work with that. If you need support, we gently hold the space for you to get what you need. This is additional reasons that you may benefit from working with myself or Dr. Tom Ronayne Goddard, with whom I work in the Vibrant Life Mentorship. I mentioned Dr. Goddard because we often work together to give you every advantage to reach your goals. Dr. Goddard is a psychotherapist and somatic energy healer who adds more detail for our mind-body approach, while I help you focus on the more concrete body-mind aspects to support your whole person well-being. Did you know that what goes on in your gut has an enormous effect on your mood, concentration, focus, and thinking ability? That's what I'm talking about. We find together our methods of body, mind, and mind, body, and somatic energy healing are very complementary, particularly helping people who have issues with anxiety, mood disorders, procrastination, inconsistency of health behaviors. Perhaps you are seeking an optimum way of life for long-term health and sustainability, or you would like help coordinating various aspects of your mind, body, emotional, and spiritual health. Perhaps you tend to start and stop healthy practices and need help with more consistency and reaching goals permanently. Or maybe you have a condition caused by lifestyle imbalances such as diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, obesity. Or you wish to recover from a profound illness and prevent recurrences such as cancer, autoimmune disorders, long COVID. Or maybe you're middle aged and starting to notice hormonal changes, decreased stamina, weight gain, and brain fog. All of those are very amenable to working with the mentorship. This is not an infomercial where you have to wait to the end to get the goods. So there are some people who may not be a good fit for a mentorship. You can still watch the free introductory video to learn more about the science of maintaining health. Take a moment now to ask yourself the most important question. Do you really value yourself enough to ask for what you need to feel good every day? It is possible. A mentorship is a partnership. I'm not here to tell you what to do, rather to give you the leg up on creating the life you truly want. Are you really ready to feel good every day? What would you have to do with your life if you are? If not, why are you not ready? What is keeping you from valuing yourself enough to say, I deserve this? Ask yourself the following questions. If your answer is no to any of them, stop this video for 1 to 5 minutes and search inside yourself for what may actually be driving your behavior. Ask yourself, am I willing to commit to doing what it takes to feel good every day? Am I willing to open my mind to new ideas, even when things may not have worked out for me in the past? Am I more interested in achieving my goals than justifying my excuses, such as, I don't have time or money, or the family interferes, or politics, blah, blah, blah? Can I accept help when it is offered to get the life I want? The Body Tuning Mentorship is a complete system to get you to well-being. You will have a dashboard that includes all the videos and slide decks, digital handouts such as what medicines interfere with various nutrients, and access to me, your mentor, in live synchronous media. Depending on your level of commitment to the mentorship, you can also access laboratory tests and interpretation, as well as specific treatments tailored to your unique situation. You'll have access to a private community of health-oriented individuals like yourself for support and ideas rather than sick forums that are out there for people looking to complain. I'll even give you access to my AI bot to help you get answers for yourself. Okay, now we're ready to introduce these 7 essential functions, which I will explain briefly here to give you the ideas. Please watch the companion free video for more details. I show them as gears because no one is more important than the others. There is no place you have to start. The mentorship helps you determine the most likely essential functions which are out of balance and what to do about them. I'll start with assimilation, which includes digestion, the microbiome, how things are absorbed, as well as breathing, because getting oxygen has to be assimilated as well. Then there's biotransformation and elimination. How do we process waste products? How do we detoxify? Next, we have defense and repair, which is basically the immune system. It includes infections, inflammation, again, the microbiome. We can talk about transport. How do things get distributed around the body by the cardiovascular and lymphatic systems? We can talk about communication. How does the body talk to itself? This includes hormones, neurotransmitters, immune messengers, and very importantly, thinking. Your cells actually know whether you are thinking thoughts that promote their health or not. We have energy regulation, metabolism, mitochondrial function. This has everything to do with everything from weight to diabetes to actually proper brain functioning. Very important on energy production. And last but not least, we have what we call structural integrity, which is the literal physical things supporting everything in your body. It could be the subcellular, like the membrane around the mitochondria, all the way up to the entire musculoskeletal system. This is probably the most important slide you will see. Notice how signs and symptoms are tiny and they're at the top. These are the things you end up noticing, but all of these things cause this. We will pay much more attention to what we call the ATMs. A is antecedents. These are things that set you up for a condition such as genetics, but could also be previous illness or injury, or even medical treatments such as previous chemotherapy or antibiotics. A trigger sets things in motion, but often the thing that got the ball rolling is no longer there. For instance, a blow to the head as a kid sets you up for dementia and Parkinson's later on in life. But that doesn't mean we can't do something about it now. M is for mediators. These are what continue to promote imbalance. This is often where we do the most work because the body has an awesome ability to get itself back into balance if we remove whatever is keeping it out of balance. This is what we call the functional medicine tree. You see the ATMs here. In impacting the 7 essential functions, most of our work is at the level of the 5 root dysfunctions: sleep and relaxation, exercise and movement, nutrition, stress, and relationships. If the roots are healthy, then we rarely end up having to see all these specialists that live up here in the leaves of the trees. Again, the roots happen always before you even notice something is wrong. The body tuning process starts with noticing, being present with your body without judgment. Start with curiosity. Which of the 5 roots may have changed? Is this an antecedent, a trigger, or a mediator? That's your timeline. Ask questions associated with each essential functions. That's what will be covered in detail in the future videos. Apply an intervention, which we'll also offer in the videos, and then we monitor to find out what our outcome is. If it's the outcome we want, we keep doing it. If it's not, we don't. For instance, we can use journaling, apps, wearables, and various labs to determine have we gotten where we want to go. The interventions always start with what I call the 3 non-negotiables. That's hydration, sleep, and daily pooping. Yes, we talk a lot about what goes in and what comes out. We already mentioned starting with the roots of the tree. Often I recommend kitchen sinking it, throwing everything including the kitchen sink at the issue. Once it stabilizes, we start taking away all the supports so the system can be balanced on its own. The mentorship guides you on how long to expect results. When is it time to take a new approach? Perhaps you have questions such as, how do I know which diet to use? What if I have done all these things and nothing changed? I will ask you, really, you addressed all 5 roots together consistently for 4 to 6 weeks and you noticed no change? Then we really need to look deeper. Are supplements needed? Are medications needed? Do I need lab tests? What kind of lab tests? Where can I get help interpreting lab tests in a functional medicine way? I offer 3 levels of commitment. Tier 1 is for the self-starter. It is available in all 50 states and internationally. You may be someone who likes to work at your own pace. Maybe you have a minimal budget and you want to go the DIY route. Perhaps you live in a state that I'm not licensed in and you want to get better results with the work you do with someone local. You get 7 self-paced videos, monthly live Q&A, as well as a private community forum and the proprietary AI bot I mentioned to help you get answers that may or may not need refining. We're still working on AI. By becoming a member, you also get access to one-on-one consultations with me, medical intuitive or hands-on healing sessions, either live in person in Hillsborough, North Carolina, or through telemedicine. All of this is posted at drjp.com for you to compare. Tiers 2 and 3 are available via telemedicine in North Carolina, Texas, Florida, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, and New York. And if you come to North Carolina for a live in-person session and you live in a state that I didn't mention, we can still continue your work as long as you come here to be seen at least once. Tier 2 gives you basic personalization and mentoring access for a more unique focus on yourself. Tier 3 is more for the optimizer or those with complex illnesses that need more active guidance and support, such as those who have had cancer or mold exposure or long COVID. All give you access to more individualized, personalized tweaking or deeper dives for results. You also have access to vetted, high-quality supplements at a 15% discount, no matter what level you choose. Now let's cover the fine print. If you do have sessions that qualify as a doctor's visit, those are add-ons in Tier 1 or built into Tier 2 or 3, I can give you documentation to submit these for out-of-network benefits. I don't process any insurance, and otherwise, none of this is covered by sick care insurance. Remember, we are talking about wellness and vitality. All the tiers include the $25 membership fee if you pay for the entire level up front. I only offer in-person consultations in Hillsborough, North Carolina. We do have accommodations for people who come from out of town. Lab tests can be those you already have had that I reevaluate for you, or we can discuss when more information is really needed to address a root cause. Many of these tests can be covered by insurance. So I imagine you have some questions. Why not sign up for a free discovery session on my website to see how mentoring can help you achieve your vibrant life? Mentorship is all about getting to well being and maintaining well being. Instead of focusing on thousands of ICD 10 diagnoses, everything happening in the body boils down to these 7 essential functions. We'll introduce you to these on the following free video. Then, by joining the mentorship, you'll do the deep dive into each one. Many questions will be answered by the end of the next free video, so I encourage you to stick it out. Also, feel free to message me or try a free discovery session to see if this applies to you. I look forward to working with you.